story out of Texas is insane. It all went down at this Jack in the Box restaurant in Houston. A guy with his pregnant wife and young daughter pull up at the drive-thru and are greeted by an employee. The man behind the wheel pays for the food, and a few minutes later he's handed a bag and then another one. At this moment, there appears to be a problem. There's a missing order of curly fries, but the employee walks away and returns a few moments later to argue with the customer. The employee then walks away again, only this time, she pulls a gun out of her back pocket. A few minutes later, things pick back up as another worker walks over to the drive-thru window to speak with the customer, and they're soon joined by the first employee. Things escalate when the employee tosses ketchup packets at the customer's truck, which the customer responds by throwing stuff at the drive-thru window. That's when the employee takes her gun out again, opens the window, aims at the truck, and opens fire. The truck quickly drives off, and about 10 minutes later, the cops pull up. This all went down back in 2021, but this footage was just released. Here's the family who fortunately wasn't hurt.
Somebody could have gotten hurt. We could have lost anybody's life over some curly fries.
I even offered to pay him. I said, listen, I'll even keep what I have and I'll pay for the other ones, or I could just drive back around. She didn't want any part of it. She said we weren't going to get him.
The Jack in the Box employee told local news the man had yelled racial slurs at her, which the customer denies, and she says she never fired the gun. But in the video, which contains no audio, you can clearly see the gun go off. The employee was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, but after she pled guilty to a lesser charge, she got 1 year of deferred adjudication, essentially probation.
Paid my fees. I did what I had to do. What else do you want from me? I can't give you nothing but an apology if you want that, but I need the same thing.
The family has filed a civil suit against Jack in the Box, which has denied all allegations.
No, they know damn wrong Jack in the Box seen her pull out that gun, shoot the gun, all that stuff. And just because it's Texas, standing ground law, whatever the fuck law, you know what I'm trying to say, she ain't had no reason shooting it that way over something so small, tedious, and petty. So, people, get it together, man. Get it together.
Jordan looked down towards a stream hundreds of feet below. She called to her brother, "It's him!" Cody had been face down in a stream with an 8-inch skull fracture to his forehead. Cody Johnson.
Well, damn, as y'all heard, somebody pretty much isn't, alive, and we about to see what happened to this individual. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it's free if you're doing a good deed. Comment down below what made you watch CSL TV and what interesting things you think I should bring to the channel. But if you've been rocking with your boy, I just gotta say thank you so much because I appreciate you for watching these videos with me. And if you've been commenting, talking to me about what you feel about the video, and if you or someone experienced, the type of stuff that we watching. But I don't want to make this too long, so you already know what we gonna do. Let's get it.
Cody Johnson, a 23-year-old self-professed car fanatic, had told friends that he wanted nothing more than to meet a good church girl, marry, and have a family. After leaving church on a Sunday night, he laid eyes on 19-year-old Jordan Lynn Graham. Jordan was everything that Cody had hoped to find in a future wife, and he quickly fell head over heels. Cody was working for Nomad Global Communication Services, an IT services company. He proposed in December 2012. Jordan joyfully accepted, and they set their wedding date for late June of the next year. The wedding was held at Woodland Park in Kalispell and well attended by extended family, friends, and their church community. They returned to their
love in the air, you know what I'm saying? This is sad, I hope this ain't one of them stories where they got a divorce, shit didn't go right, or debt got involved, you know what I'm saying? Money was involved. I hope this ain't one of them type of situations.
They returned to their regular working lives on the Monday. Cody was back at Nomad, and Jordan to her work as a babysitter. 1 week later, the 8th of July, Cody's supervisor and friend, Cameron Fredrickson, was at work Monday morning and becoming increasingly worried. Cody had not yet arrived, and he was not typically late or out of contact. Cameron texted Cody at about 8:30 a.m. that morning, but received no response. 2 hours later, he phoned, but was connected directly to Cody's voicemail. He began calling around to see if any other friends had heard from Cody, but no one had. Then, at 4:30 that afternoon, Cameron received a text from Jordan that left him truly worried. She messaged to ask him if Cody had made it into work that morning. A similar message was received from Jordan to Cody's mother, Sherry, but she hadn't heard from Cody that morning either. Family members had been contacted, and concerns were spreading. Surely his wife would know where to look for him. Jordan had no idea. She told Cameron that she and Cody had fought the night before. Afterwards, Cody had needed to blow off some steam and he had left. She messaged that some
Man, this is already not a good start. Okay, the wife, you know what I'm saying, she, you know, they had an argument. Whatever, he walked away like a good person's supposed to do. You're not supposed to keep no negative shit going. You're supposed to just de-escalate it. Now your keys and stuff is in the garage and you hanging out with some old people from back in the day.
That some out-of-town car friends came and picked him up. I was not there. But the last thing I heard was he was going to go for a ride with his buddies from out of town. Upon hearing this, Cameron set out to track down Cody. Kalispell police were contacted, and Cody was formally reported missing. At their home later that day, Jordan explained to her younger brother and two of Cody's closest friends that she had discovered his cell phone and his car keys had been left in their garage when he had abruptly left with his friends on Sunday evening. Jordan had observed them pull out of the drive and had heard nothing from him since. In the days after Cody's disappearance, Fredrickson broke into Cody and Jordan's house. He did not trust his friend's new wife. He had never believed that the marriage would work out, but now he feared something much worse than divorce.
She actually changed her story and stated that she was at the house when Cody left, and that she saw him leave in a dark-colored car. So between the 2 days, two completely different stories. And at that time, that's when I became suspicious, and then I actually went to the authorities.
Jordan Graham sat down with Kalispell police to discuss her missing husband.
When his friends came to visit, he would take them to Glacier Park, Plains, or the Hungry Horse Dam.
After speaking with the police, Jordan turned proactive. She gathered friends and family members, her maid of honor Kimberly, Cody's good friend Hannah, her little brother, and his mother Sherry, along with others. And they formed a search party, using Glacier National Park as the location of interest. Jordan explained that she just had a feeling that Cody had gone there. They arrived at
So now she have a feeling that he is there. After y'all had an argument, he supposedly left, your story didn't change, fucking key left in the garage. Now you've been here and there when he left, and now you have this weird coincidence that he's at this damn loop trail.
There. They arrived at an area called the Loop, an extremely steep, narrow, and rocky hiking trail that overlooked a 300-foot drop and offered a spectacular view. Jordan and her brother hiked the area. Over 2 days, the groups wandered the park looking for any signs of Cody. Then on day 2, climbing down the steep slope from the road and onto a cliff, Jordan looked down towards a stream hundreds of feet below. She called to her brother, "It's him!" She had, miraculously, within the 1 million acres of land that make up Glacier National Park, discovered her husband's body. Cody had been face down in a stream with an 8-inch skull fracture to his forehead. No car keys were found with Cody's body, nor was his wedding ring. Suspicions towards Jordan only deepened at Cody's funeral. There's no playbook for grief, but no one expected to see the young widow cheerful or chatty or openly texting on her phone throughout the service. After Cody was airlifted from the park, Jordan was invited to the police station once more. When she walked in, she expected to speak with the same police detectives that had conducted her previous interviews. Instead, she was met with the FBI. In the time between her first and third visit, however, investigators had an opportunity to check her story. At 9:17 p.m. on that Sunday night, July 7th, a surveillance camera at the entrance to Glacier National Park photographed Jordan and Cody entering the park in Cody's dark blue Audi. Upon being presented with this photo, her story yet again changed. They were fighting at home when the two jointly decided to take a walk in Glacier Park, despite the darkness and the treacherous hiking trail. They parked at the Loop and continued their dispute as they walked out into the park. She described the argument as they walked along a trail which led to a very dangerous cliff, where they paused and continued arguing.
Should have we waited a little bit longer and then got married? I wasn't feeling like a song cloud night. She grabbed my arm and my jacket and I said, no, I'm going to defend myself. So I said, I want to go, and I pushed and he went over.
So he would have fallen face first down the hill. Why did you continue to turn around and then push him off?
I think it's because emotions were running so high. I was frustrated, I was angry, I was every emotion I could ever think of, all at once. And I've never felt like that before. I've never experience that.
After seeing him fall, she did not call for help. The FBI did not buy into Jordan's new narrative. On the morning of July 10th, only a few days after the fatal trail hike, someone at Jordan's parents' house logged into the email account that sent the mystery message, "Out of town, unknown friend of Cody's." Investigators subsequently traced the email to Jordan via the IP address at her parents' home. With this discovery was further proof that Jordan had intentionally sought to divert the investigation into her husband's disappearance. In December 2013, at 22 years old, Jordan Graham faced trial for first-degree murder. Jordan had decided to accept a plea deal, and she admitted to second-degree murder. In her confession to the court, she continued to insist that it was all an accident. She had lost track of her surroundings, and not thinking, she pushed Cody in anger, sending him off the cliff. The sentence was 30 years in prison with no possibility of early parole. And that was the sad story of Cody Johnson and the case against his new bride, Jordan Lynn Graham. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Man, she is a straight demon, bro. How in the heck you gonna do that to your husband over an argument? Like, I wonder what the argument was about. But at the same time, man, over an argument, he done lost his life over an argument. Once your story changed once, they knew you had something. And that's why they brought the FBI in the third time, just because their first story, okay, whatever. You change it up again, now we know it's more to it. We need a highly skilled professional to come in here and listen to you while you're being interrogated. And she basically just snitched on herself that's why she did it.